We have got our team here locally in Thailand, our director Bunraksa Sasang and our producer Potsathorn Vacharapanit for the project A Normal Day in Thun Si Lung.
Yay! Hi everyone, my name is Pink. I am the director of the project A Normal Day in Thung Si Lung, and this is my producer. As a woman filmmaker, I love listening to the woman's story of pain and growth and like stuff. But this time, I really like to explore deeper about the person who has been with me my whole life. This is the story of my mother. She is the ninth daughter out of 11 children. She grew up in a small village called Thung Si Lung. It is about 60 kilometers away from Bangkok. From a young age, my mother here had a lot of responsibility. From 2 a.m., she woke up and then she went to the market to butcher pigs with her sister before go to school. Later, she got married and moved away from her hometown, but even when she got away, she still thinks she is not never be enough as a woman because she thinks that she gets married too late, she had children too late because she believed that she was not beautiful enough to be chosen first. And time passed. In early 2023, my mom surprised me. She came to me and she asked me, "Hey, can you make a film about myself?" I was so surprised, no shit, mom. At first I didn't think much of it, but a week later, she came back with this. Yeah, it's her version of screenwriting, her own way, the scene and stuff. The first time that I read it, I told her, "Whoa, mom, please write more, it's so cinematic." But I thought she was too lazy to write it more, so she stopped. And I told her, okay, I'm gonna get these things to me, and then I adapt it into my script. So the film takes us back to 50 years ago in Thung Si Lung. At that time, there was no public water supply and electricity was limited. The village was once simply known as a pigsty. The story followed two young butcher sisters. It starts with normal routine of their lives, butchering pigs before school, and hiding the wish of leaving their hometown behind. But during that time, their eldest sister committed suicide. And that kind of the turning point for their family that makes one of the sisters cannot go anywhere. This film is my way of going back to understand who my mother was before she became my mother. The film follows her daily life through the visuals of hands cutting pork, washing clothes, and through the sounds we hear the village, the sounds of roosters in the morning, monks chanting, and the sound of pigs crying in their last moments of life. These sounds are part of my mother's life. I have been developing this project since 2023. I went to Objectives Short Film Incubator that year and the Thai Short Film Lab earlier this year. It's where I met my producer. Across several drafts of script, I kept asking my mom questions and let her memories guide the script. And now I think my script is in final version and it's ready to be made.
Yeah, I'm a producer on this project, and it is my hometown. We choose to make this film in my hometown because we discussed about it, and it can bring us into the 70 and 80 atmosphere. And anyone want to travel there, come with me after the preaching. To make this film happen, we confirm 20% investment of budget by my company located in my hometown. We can provide three things for this budget, for this project. First, we can provide accommodation for save the hotel and food costs. Second, we have experience to work with the local because I work a lot with the local and we can mix the crew, professional crew from Bangkok with the local crew. It's like an exchange the knowledge of filmmaking. And the last one, we can negotiate the location by creating operation with the cooperation with the local sector. Yeah, And now I strongly believe in her script and her vision. I feel and touch it at the first time that I heard, without growing up in the same background, but we growing up in the same cinematic languages. She is a female filmmaker, and I work a lot with the local. We can combine the strong point together, and now I think we are ready to do this film. And if we get this Cannes award from Purin, it will cover almost 80% of the budget, and so we can do this project successful in the next year.
In the end, this film is not only about my mother. It is about the generational trauma of Asian women's everyday work, about endurance, about lives shaped by doing the same things again and again. We really hope to make this film possible. We hope this film makes audiences feel this rhythm, this connection from a woman to another, and see how a normal life in a normal day could carry more than we think. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now the last set of questions from our team of juries.
Thank you for the pitch. I'm curious, how do you combine the original idea from your mother to your own point of view? And especially you have like the 50 years time span in the story.
Okay. At first that I want to make this film, I combined the story from like what my mom said every day. Like when I was like scrolling on TikTok and my mom like talk about her childhood. And then when I listen to her story, I like kind of like imagine it in my head with the feeling of it, the tone of it, the props in it. My mom always like describe things. So it doesn't like remake the version of that, but I recreate it in my head. And this version in this film is the version in my head. Mm-hmm.
I can see, I mean, you mentioned it during your pitch as well, that you're quite, that the script is nearing its completion for you. It's because when I read it, I remember thinking it's quite precise in terms of the beats and the story. I'm curious what you think of, I mean, of course you put them in, so I guess it's important to you, but I'm curious about, because there's a lot of things happening in your story. I'm curious about the suicide in the story, and also there's a hint of, I wouldn't say pedophilia, but there's a kind of attraction at one point in the film, and I'm wondering like how you see these things sitting in the overall story, which is, so you're covering like many different things, but I'm curious about these two parts of the script specifically, and whether you think it might distract from the bigger sort of picture.
You mean about committing suicide, right?
Yeah. The sibling suicide, and then the relationship with the teacher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, these two things is really happen in my house. It's my two aunts. Yeah. So the first one, the committing suicide thing. I think it's like the starting point that my mom always like think that. Okay, so all of our sisters had like some kind of mental problem. Like one sister, one problem, one sister, one problem. And what about mine? I have to be like the most sane in her family, because like she have to hold on everything. So that's why I put these elements of the different problem in the film. So, but it's like I want the character to have no choice. Like it really happens.
A quick question. Did you seek your mother's approval for this final version of the script?
Oh. Okay. So at first, back in 2023, when I joined the Objective Lab, I didn't tell her at first. But before I came to this camp, I told her that, okay, so the story is about you and what you wrote. And she just like, ignore it. So yesterday, after the pitch practice, I called her again. Mom, I want your approval. I need your consent right now because I'm gonna pitch it tomorrow, please. And I asked her, do you remember those 3 pages of A4 paper? She said, what A4? And then I told her like all the story, and she said, oh, I'm so glad, and I am ready to be your butcher mentor. Yeah, so yeah, my mom knows it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.